I'm 23, so that means I'm officially no longer a kid. But what's even crazier is that I graduated college in May, and now that I'm done with school, I don't even know what I want in life. Now that I'm kind of an adult, I'm like, where do I go moving forward? At a very young age, they tell you go to school, then get a good job. But now that I'm at the stage of looking for a new job or looking for a salary-based job, I start to question: is that really what I want? I don't know. What's funny is that when I was younger, like 13, 14 years old, I always wanted to be an adult. I always wanted that independency. I always want to have my own money. I always just want to eat whatever I want. I want to do whatever I want and please. But as you get older, you start to realize that's not necessarily true. Most of the time, that the things that you have to do to survive, to get the next paycheck, to put food on the table, to pay your bills. Um, but I moved out at a very young age. Well, not a very young age, but I moved out at age 20, which was kind of young, and I think I just did that because I just had to. Um, but I think that taught me a lot about responsibility and being an adult. And now that I guess in a way I've been an adult for like 3 years living on my own. It's just it's not bad. You have adult money, so like you can buy whatever you want, but you also know that you have to work to make a living to pay your bills. You know, um, but the good side about getting older is as you get older, you get wiser. As you get wiser, you get smarter. And when you get smarter, you think of new ideas. You become creative. You become what do you want in life? I mean, sometimes, not everyone. I know people that don't really do that. I know people that kind of distract themselves of being an adult and just don't being a kid and like playing video games and just going drinking every weekend with. That's totally fine, but you should also have a balanced life of trying to figure out what your future of what you want it to look like. If that's what you want your future to look like, playing video game, going drinking out, then alright, by all means, go have fun. But if you're looking for a future where you want to have kids one day, or you want to get married, or you want to have a nice vacation, or you want to have a nice house as you get older, then you're gonna have to do things that you know that you're gonna have to sacrifice at this time, your early 20s, maybe late teens, and start building that future. Um, I think that's the beauty of life in a way. Like you're building, you're creating. Um, I think when people are given the privilege of having all the money in the world, or just having everything access to their hands, it's like being on creative mode. I mean, yeah, it has its perks. You don't have to worry about some stuff like bills and stuff. That's just a hassle. But also, when you're in creative mode, it's like it gets boring. I remember always when I played Minecraft, I used to be in creative mode. But when I finish playing creative mode after an hour or two, I get bored of it. But when I play survival mode on like easy, medium, or hard, I can play it for days. I can play it for weeks, months because I know what I have to do. I was like, all right, first thing I gotta do, build a house. Second thing I gotta do, get a chest. Third, get a bed. Fourth, look for diamond. Then go to the end of the world. Then go to the Netherlands. And I'm geeking out right now with Minecraft. That was like my favorite game growing up as a kid. But I think that is always like a perfect example of what I see life is. So I think that's the beauty of life, really. As you get older, as you become an adult, you start to enjoy that stuff. You start to enjoy the hustle, enjoy the grind, enjoy the driven of what you're meant to do in this world, what you're supposed to provide for the world. And as we get older, we start to have adult problems with like bills and debt and all that juicy stuff. But I mean, if you can overlook that stuff, then you'll be alright as an adult. I think that's why most people just want to like make a lot of money because then you don't have to worry about that. But I'll be honest, well, actually, I can't really speak for that, but this is how I'm looking at it, and my point of view of where I am in my life is that as you make more money, you kind of become more miserable. You kind of become like, this is life because your work is your life. Like the only way to make a lot of money is you working nonstop. I mean, maybe you can try to find a passive income, but even if you do find a passive income way, it's very hard to set it up. And if you do make a passive income, you need to have a lot of money to create that passive income. But don't get me wrong, you can probably do it. I mean, I don't want to talk down on anyone's dream. I believe anyone can do whatever they desire as if your goal is to just make passive income and then not have to work, I'm sure you can figure it out. You have to be very creative. You have to get a little lucky and you have to find a way of how to make that a reality. But with that being said, is that when you become financially stable, when you focus only on the money, your mental health is draining. Your happiness is draining because all your focus is on work, 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 get better, work, 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 get better, get your money, right? On the other hand, there are people that I personally know that don't really care much about money, don't really care about just working a lot, just cares about having a nice salary job, having a base pay, going home to whatever they do, gaming, going out, getting drinks over the weekend, and they're happy, and that's perfectly fine because they're more happy like that. And that's something that as we get older, we get to choose. Do you want to be financially stable, or do you want to be personally happy? You can try to do the best of both worlds, but it is extremely hard. Um, I say this through experience, but maybe again, I'm only 23, so I can't say that this is the only route. But me pursuing my dream for 3 years is that all I was been doing is work, work, work. It's trying to make this work. But I'll be honest, I love what I do. I love making content. I love filming. I love marketing. I love all that. So I don't mind that route. But there are people that just love doing nothing, love binge watching shows, love going out to drink, going out to eat and getting drinks, or just love playing video games, and then just having their 9 to 5 job. And because I'll be honest, having a 9 to 5 job, 40 hours a week, isn't as bad as trying to make a self-employment job of working for yourself. But something I want to bring up is that when we get older, we get the choice of new opportunity. We get our whole life ahead of us. I know that when my parents say, like, you're so young, you have your whole life ahead of you. And I remember even seeing a video, what would you give to a 20-year-old, early 20-year-old advice? And one of the persons said, just live your life, like, don't stress too much about what you want in life, because as time goes on, it would kind of slowly build up to what you want. You find the breadcrumbs of your interests, your hobbies, your skill set, and you build off of that. You climb that ladder of what you want. And even though how scary it is of trying to figure out what you want in life, it's also how exciting of how many new opportunities will come your way. Like how great your future can come soon, no matter what it is, and that's why I always say to anyone that is young or even just like early 30s or whatever it is, go after what you want. You have the time. You don't need to just stick at one thing and that's it. That's the beauty about our 21st century, is that like you don't need to choose that route anymore. If you want to one day quit your job as a, let's say, marketer, because that's my degree, and then the next day you want to be a therapist, screw it, go back to school, become a therapist. Like you don't need to stay at one job. You can branch off and you can try as many new ideas as much as you want. But I think that is the most exciting thing about being an adult. But yeah, I mean, welcome to adulthood.